So the new year is off and going great, and it is Kickstarter season. All the companies have some of their best Kickstarters going on right now. But there's one that caught my eye that I really liked from Ghostfire Gaming. It's called the Sunken Isles, and it looks really, really cool. So today I want to take a look at that Kickstarter with you guys. Let's get into it. Hello everybody, I'm Joe and this is the DM Toolbox, your go-to place to get all the tools you need to enhance your D&D games. Now, before we get started today, I have a special announcement. Yesterday I posted a video talking about my giveaway of Vault of Magic from Cobalt Press. Cobalt Press was nice enough to provide this book for me to give to one of my subscribers. So if you'd like to win this book, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure you're liking my videos. Go to the giveaway video. I'll put a link up here for you guys and make sure you check that out for information on how you can win Vault of Magic from Cobalt Press. Next up, make sure you're following me on Twitter because I am giving more information out on not only this giveaway, but future giveaways, as well as all sorts of other Kickstarters and products and tons of cool stuff that's going on right now in the world of D&D. So make sure you follow me there. And if you have time, hit me up on TikTok at DM Toolbox, where I do lots of cool short videos. Links for all that stuff is down below. Okay, let's talk about this Kickstarter. So the Sunken Isles is a Kickstarter from Ghostfire Gaming, and I first caught wind of this via a Facebook ad. I also saw it on Critical Role's Intermission, and it just looks super cool. I am really interested in this. So we're going to hop over my computer. I'll show you my screen, and we'll take a look at what this Kickstarter is all about, because it is super interesting. Let's head over. All right. So let's take a look at the Sunken Islands. So here's their Kickstarter page. Now, they have already raised $283,552 of their $20,000 goal. We got 23 days left to go. So they are not having any issues funding this Kickstarter. But let's take a look at what it's all about. So there's a few really cool things about this, right? The whole theme of this thing is kind of like a Pacific Islands, Hawaiian kind of thing meets pirates. So it's a bit of both worlds, and I really, really like it. So the product is basically, you got books, you got player guides, you got, minis. There's a whole bunch of stuff. So let's kind of just look through everything here. So first off, it's obviously for 5e. So player characters can harvest and trade resources from around the island. Similar to familiar classics, you can craft anything from simple weapons to complete sailing boats. So a lot to do. There's a whole resource system that they put into this that's kind of neat. They've also simplified the sailing system. Now, I know Ghost of Saltmarsh did some really cool stuff with sailing. I'm curious to see what they've done, but I like the idea that they've really simplified it. They do talk about roles for each of the players on the ship, very similar to Ghost of Saltmarsh, but I have a feeling that this is going to be even more streamlined. So I'm really curious to see how they're going to handle that. This next piece, though, this is what really, really intrigued me. 20 weeks, 20 levels. So this whole adventure is designed to be played in 20 in-game weeks. And they say that the in-game weeks, on average, are about one session. They might run two or more, but they're kind of designed to be like these self-contained sections of the story. And what happens is at the end of each in-game week, you level up. There's also choices that are going to be made. So based on the choices they make, it's going to take a different path. So it sounds like this is going to have a lot of replayability, which is cool. So that every time you play it, you're going to see some really different outcomes based on the player's choices. So this whole 20 weeks, 20 levels, kind of 20 self-contained chapters sort of deal really intrigues me. I think that's probably the thing that really caught my attention most about this Kickstarter that I really am kind of anxious to see. Now, they also have some new native races and backgrounds they talk about here. There's like this small dinosaur race. There's this aquatic race, this crustacean race. So a lot of cool island stuff, right? And then there's all these like kind of like gods and things like that. Kind of almost has a bit of a Moana vibe in some ways, I think. So here's the branching paths I talked about. So basically, the party can choose between 2 or more adventure paths each week. However, the story changes entirely depending on which route you and your party take, with both rewards and consequences resulting from their choices. This right here is awesome, right? I mean, a lot of pre-made stories are going to be very linear. This sounds like it's going to, it's still going to have a path, right? There's a beginning, there's an end, there's an overarching story, but there's going to be choices to be made and consequences to those. If you think back to like our games like Neverwinter Nights, like the video games, or Knights of the Old Republic, right? There was choices you can make that affected the overall outcome. I mean, the game was still the game, but the choices the players made affected how that game played out. So I feel like this is going to be a very similar thing here, and something that's, I think, almost kind of difficult to design into a pre-made adventure. So I'm anxious to see how well they do that here. They talk about the island itself, and how it's this magical paradise. Manaki, I believe is how you say it, are a cluster of islands created by a roaming deity that has been cast into the ocean of the foreign world and left to grow on its own. Each island was forged using the blood of this divine being and the strength of its magic apparent across the isles. So plants grow suddenly, creatures are abundant, all this cool stuff. So a lot of neat things happening, and then all these different enemies and allies and all this stuff going on. So another neat thing that they did was they went to a company, this consulting company that basically is all about Hawaiian and Pacific Island cultural things, and they really made sure that they were doing things right and not appropriating the culture inappropriately or doing anything like that. They really wanted this to be more of a way to spotlight these unique cultures rather than exploit them. So let's look at the tiers here. So first we just have the Sunken Isles PDF. $25 you can get this adventure. Cool, right? Awesome. Now if we want to get the book too, we can get the PDF with the hardcover book and a set of cool dice, like the yellow blue island dice for $55. I like it. Then we have the Defender level. So this gives us all the other stuff, plus the player journal and the Siege combat set, which seems to be like this battle map with a bunch of pawns and some other little things. So that's at the $85 level. Now we're going to get into the really cool stuff, because you get a lot starting at this level, which is $135. So we get the PDF, we get the hardcover book, we get the dice, we get the player journal, we get the Siege combat set, but now we get the island map set. We get a tactical map pack. We get a GM screen. We get minis. We get a boss miniature set and a random encounter deck. It's a ton more stuff right there. So this seems to be a really nice level where you can get quite a bit of stuff. The next level is the one that kind of catches my eye, because you get the special edition book, which I love special edition books. It looks like you get the scroll case here as well. So we have the Atoll Special Edition dice set, so we get extra dice set, and the Special Edition book. It doesn't specifically call out. I know I saw something about the scroll case though, so I think that scroll case, or it might hold the maps or something. I can't remember exactly what that one was for, but let's scroll down. I'm sure we'll find out more. So the player journal here, this is a 96-page A5 player journal to help players track their adventure throughout the Sunken Isles. The journal is divided into 20 sections, each dedicated to a week of the campaign, and features plenty of pages to track all 20 weeks of the adventure. So this looks like a little, assuming it's a little soft cover book. Now, if you're going to replay this a lot, this might be something to photocopy. I don't know if they're going to give us a PDF of this as well, so we can kind of like print extras for the whole party. Do we just give one book to the party? And then, I would kind of want to have copies of it so that I can replay this, because this adventure seems super cool and I'm going to want to share it with more than just one group. So not exactly sure about that one, but I like the idea of a player journal, because I know I have players who maybe aren't the best at taking notes. And I really have always struggled with, like, do I give them like some kind of form that I could use to give them, so that they can take notes? I have personally started using a OneDrive, where I've set sections for locations and people and organizations, and I can like link all that stuff around, which is kind of nice. But I like the idea of a player journal specific to this campaign. So it's a cool concept, right? Here's our dice set. So we have the island dice set, and then we have the special edition dice set right here. Um, and let's see here. Let's see. The set of 7 premium sharp edge resin dice come with a faux leather scroll case that rolls out into a convenient dice rolling mat. So there we go. That's the scroll case. It's a dice mat that features a beautiful debossed artwork on the outer casting and a stylish nautical themed soft felt inner mat. So that's really, really cool. I like that. The dice mat as opposed to a dice tray. It's themed. It's neat. Kind of looks like a spyglass or something. But I like that. That's cool. So we have minis. We have a set of 5 of the basically the main boss minis for the game. 2 forms of the undead dwarven tyrant. We don't know who these particular bad guys are, but 2 forms of this undead tyrant. 2 his undead lieutenants, and the terrifying aquatic boss, Baraki. So really cool. And then we have a bunch of the island folk minis. So the set of 5 miniatures includes members of the diverse inhabitants of the Sunken Isles. So all those cool new races and stuff, right? No assembly required, however, painting will be as each miniature will arrive in a solid gray color. So here's our minis. So super, super cool. I like it. I'll always take some minis. I always wish they would give an STL option for these. Like I don't maybe need it for the bosses, but for the races, it'd be nice to be able to print multiples, right? Especially if you're going to run into different types of these creatures or multiples of them. I always like STL options. I understand why they don't do it, but that's something I would like. And then so here's your breakdown, right? So this level right here is extremely tempting. Because I really like those limited edition books. So I don't know. I mean, it's quite the price jump for the extra dice and the limited edition book. But yeah, I mean, that's cool. So I don't know. One of these 2 levels is probably where I'm going to end up at. So let's see here. Obviously, we can do add-ons. So, I could, just kind of grab this and that if I wanted to. If I want just the PDF add-on, if I want, the special edition book is $120 on its own. So I guess that's the jump in price. That seems like a pretty big price for a limited edition cover, but maybe it's leather or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, that's a big price jump. But again, super cool book. So then we have stretch goals, which most are unlocked. It looks like so let's see what they are. So we have a bundle of magic items and a potion. Sunken Isle character sheets. That's cool. I like custom character sheets. Malkoff, the hub of the adventure, a resource system for 5e, simplified sailing. These are all things they've unlocked now that we talked about. Magic tattoos and tattoo artist. I have seen a lot of DM's Guild and I think Wizard stuff. Wizard Ghost had some stuff on magic tattoos. I've done some stuff in my homebrew campaigns with magic tattoos. Always curious to see what people's ideas are for magic tattoos because the whole concept is super cool. So I like it. So yeah, that's it. I mean, here's the team. They show all the people. Now, Ghostfire is no stranger to the industry. They have been doing this for a while. They have some great books out there. This is a company that definitely puts out a quality product. So I think this is going to end up being a really, really great product when it's all done. I'm hoping to see it. I gotta think about what I can back because my budget's a little a little thin from all these Kickstarters lately, but we'll see. But man, check it out. I'll put a link in the description to the Kickstarter page so you can check it out. Hopefully you can back it. Watch this video. The video is super cool. Really cool music. They kind of did like a sea shanty kind of thing with it. Really, really cool. Definitely like it. This is one of the more unique Kickstarters I've seen. And again, that whole 20 levels in 20 weeks thing just sounds super, super appealing. So can't wait to check it out. Really, really good job, guys. So I think that's about it. Okay, guys, that wraps it up for today. I hope you like it. I hope you like this Kickstarter. Make sure you check out the description below for links to this Kickstarter, to the giveaway for Vault of Magic, to Cobalt Press's store. You can buy that book. Make sure you check out Ghostfire Games. They make a ton of cool stuff. So lots going on right now. But that's it for today. And until next time, roll those dice.